afternoon. Big old, solid, Caucasian OG seed. Bro, I'm gonna hit you with that roll call. Roll call. What's up, y'all? Today, as you can see by the title, woo, I'm feeling good, bro. Seriously, for somebody that haven't slept in 5 days, I feel amazing today. Yeah, I know that, Granny. That's not, yes. I got about half an hour last night. That's when they made that Klonopin for. Straight up, bro, check this out. The title of the video says that the biggest money maker in prison might surprise you. And people are like, dang, I thought it was like the booties or the lube man in the shower. I'll drop a video about that, a clip of that, and yeah, that's like the second biggest money maker. But we're gonna talk about the biggest money maker in prison, bro. And y'all be looking at me saying, Big Sid, what is that? And yes, the bottom of this says shortbread cookies, but that's a lie, bro. You put cookies in here, you're a weirdo. What kind of weirdo does that? But let me explain something to you. In prison, you can sell a shard, you can sell a black tar, you sell all that good stuff. You can do like, Mitch Smiley, my grandfather. He literally makes paintings, right? He draws paintings on T-shirts. Somebody's texting me. He does paintings of like Native Americans like making out with a Viking, and then there's like this black dude fighting a cowboy. But that's acceptable. That's cool, man, because that's how you make money. This right here is the biggest money maker in prison, and I invented this. So basically, bro, all I would need is a whole roll of foil, okay? A couple of lighters, a little bit of that clear to keep me going. It took me about 4 hours to do this. And then I needed some paint, and I would need like a CD, because back in the day when I was in prison, dominating California, they had like CD players. I think they still do. But you take one CD, you melt all of that down, and you shape it. And then you keep putting your hands in the water in the sink, and you just shape it like this. And the foil will be hot. So if you're like a 1090 Jake, panty waist, you'll be like, yo, I'm just locked down 23-1. My hands are burned. But you're a real man. You can just do that. Dip it in the water, and you just spin it. And you letting this harden up right there. And y'all say, well, Big Sid, how can that be the biggest money maker? And I'm going to tell y'all. And it gets crazy because they also have these in women's prison. And it's going to blow your mind what Jessica Kent did with these, bro. It's crazy, bro. But check this out. So, and the reason I would sell these for $900 to $1,000, you're like, Sid, is there black tar there? Is there clear in there? No, bro. No. Check this out. I learned this because I'm a history buff. I watch the History Channel. I love history. It's amazing. Basically, this is something like this they used to carry on stagecoaches back in the Old West. And they were, they had like spit cans and other stuff. These are fart cans. So you feel a fart coming, you're like, and you got to get that lid back on, boom. And so you can just do that. You can be talking on the stagecoach, 1800s. You don't want somebody to shoot you with a Winchester. So you put that in there. And I'm watching the History Channel like this with my homeboy, Crooked Teeth. And he's just like, bruh, we've been spun out for 3 days. He's like, that's crazy. I was like, bruh, we could do that for in here. What's the number one thing to get you poked up in prison? He said, being a chomo. I said, okay, what's the second thing will get you plugged up in a prison? He says, being up, stealing someone's stuff. I said, look, bro, what's the third biggest thing? And he said, farting. And I was like, yeah, bro, we need to make these and sell these right here. Bro, let me tell you something. Me and him started making these, bro, and we started shipping them all over the country. The money was ridiculous. Like, some people say, like, I had 100 books of stamp. Bro, I had $100,000 hid in a maintenance closet, bro. It was ridiculous. I had lieutenants and captains trying to be like, yo, can I get one of these for at the house and stuff? My wife wants one. I'm like, bro, I don't sell to cops, bro. But I did, but I charged them $2,000 straight up, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's the truth. So imagine this. Y'all say, Big C, like, how does that worth so much money? So basically, during lockdown, these were the most popular. I would be back ordered on these. Like, during lockdown, the captain's like, yo, we're about to have a riot down there, bro. Can you please just, they only have $400. Can the captains put money on your books? We're trying to save people from getting plugged up and stuff like that. And I'm like, bro, that ain't my problem if people get plugged up. But basically, I decided to, sell a bunch of these. Because imagine this, you're in lockdown, right? And so it's 2 dudes in a cell. Sometimes, like in South Carolina, it's 3 dudes. And so when you're in there, bro, let me tell you something. There was a dude, I'll never forget this. There was a dude, and they called him like Brian or something like that. He was a weirdo. He was from like Portland, Oregon or something. He had like a ponytail. He was a weirdo. And he was in prison for the first time. He's like a bank robber. Everything was solid. And then one time he was in lockdown with a couple of ABs. There was like an AB, there was a Nesta Familia, there was like a Nacian lowrider or something like that. And so literally he's in there chopping it up. People think he's solid. He's just sitting there like, oh, pull my finger. And he lifts his booty up like this, bro. And literally, bro, he smelled that cell up. The lieutenant put on his report. All he heard was just... At first, he thought someone was getting pounded, you know what I'm saying? But it turns out they were just poking him up, bro. They were just poking him up, bro. You get poked up for a fart. So imagine this right here. Bro, let me tell you something. I should get the Nobel Peace Prize. Do you know how many people's lives have been saved in prison because Big O.G. Sid invented the fart can? Well, I didn't invent it, but I made a prison version of it from the History Channel. So literally, you're in the cell chopping up playing cards. Say it's like a solid white dude, a black dude, a solid, semi-solid Hispanic dude. They're like playing cards, like, yo, yeah, this and that, this and that. And one of them's like, ooh, they're like, bro, we in lockdown, bro. Bro, we in lockdown, bro. And literally, the Hispanic dude has a blade like this. He's tucking it like this, looking at the dude, like the white dude like this. And then literally, the white dude's like, don't be scared, bro. Big old solid Caucasian OG Sid. I have one of his fart cans. And so he just does this. He goes over by the toilet, and you put the lid on real quick. They're like, whoo, that's close, bro. But literally, and like basically, I would line the inside of this. They would have like charcoal, because they would sometimes cook like chicken once a month in the prison I was at. And you would line the inside of this with charcoal. And that would like absorb the smell. But I'll never forget, bro. This was like, there was this CO, and she was like a lieutenant. And this dude had been eating a lot of antibiotics. And he had some of them nasty, you know the farts are like, the ones that are like that. And there's like, literally people have died smelling those. This thing is sitting on his thing next to his Bible, next to his books, his soups. And she's like, this looks like contraband. And he's like, yo, girl, don't be touching that. She's like, I'm a lieutenant. I'll touch what I want. And she takes the lid off. Watch this. And he said she didn't go here. She went just like that, bro. He said her eyes rolled back in her head and she started shaking, bro. He said it made her Down syndrome, bro. Literally, she was a normal person, but she had like stage 9 cancer and Down syndrome after smelling that. So that is dangerous. What you do is when you've been using this in lockdown, stuff like that, bro, you go out to the rec yard by yourself and then just do this. And just like that. And it will get rid of birds and bugs and all that, and bloods and crips and stuff like that. But literally, I would sell these to all the races, all the stuff. Now, y'all are saying, what's that have to do with Jessica Kent? Well, guess what? Ladies in prison, you know ladies fart too, but they also queef, which can be extremely dangerous. It's how 9/11 started. And literally, so the ladies in lockdown, when Jessica Kent was in prison, y'all go message her and tell her on her videos I know about this. And so literally, bro, she would sit there and queef in these and then sell it on eBay. Yeah, and there's these rich dudes like, oh, stinky prison girl with the greasy face and like opioid constipation, bro. And literally, people would buy this. One time, she told me that literally people died. People got poked up and stabbed over this. People's families were executed. This is the truth. So she sends, the guy orders $8,000. He wants a full bottle of Jessica Kent queefs. And so basically, bro, they would send it out on the street to like a stash house. There would be like 1,000 of these bottles full of queefs in a stash house in West Virginia, bro. It was weird, bro. There was corruption. There was like, it was crazy, bro. But the problem was they didn't mark them. And so one time they thought this was a Jessica Kent bottle of queefs, but they dare not open it. You lose money if people get poked up. And so he's like, I think it's the Jessica Kent one. So he tapes it up. But turns out this was a black dude that had a toothache and he was taking an antibiotic. Bro, his farts were so foul. And he filled this full of antibiotic farts. The one are like, just like that. You burn your booty hole. And so this rich dude's like telling his friends to come up. They're doing coke. They're smoking tunchi. They're like, yo, dude, I paid $8,000 for this Jessica Kent thing. And, bro, there was 1%ers there. There was the Chinese mafia, the Mexican mafia, serious criminals. And he took it off, bro. And literally, 2 of the Mexican mafia members and 1%er, they died, bro. And so this dude who was a Russian mobster, because they're weird. They sniff farts and queef, and, like, they pay for that. Like, have you ever seen Japanese people? They pay money to get puked on. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's sick, bro. That's sick. That's like 1090 Jake stuff. So basically, he opened it up, and 3 of these mobsters died, bro. So literally, hit crews came to his house because they didn't know it was a diarrhea can. They thought it was a queef can. So they came and shot that place up, bro. His family was there. So literally, bro, if you mark one of these fart cans that's actually a queef can, you can lose your life. It's deadly serious, and it's not a game. So this is Big OG Sid saying that's how you dominate and make money in prison. OG Caucasian style. Mwah.